All right. Welcome back. We are starting, I believe it is week 7 of our challenge for that is going to end in December. Last week was a losing week. So the last 2 weeks, we have secured $800 to $700 in green and didn't close out, and it proceeds to flip on us and hit our stop loss. That happened 2 weeks in a row, our only 2 losing weeks in this challenge. So, with that being said, let's jump right into it and secure another winning week. Let's start off with resetting our charts. As you know, we have to bring it all back to zero. Put our dots all at the bottom here. And let's jump right into it. Our first pair that we're looking at is GBP CHF. So let's start out. Weekly is bearish, lower high, lower low, no shift to structure in between. So our bearish, we are coming back into a strong daily area of interest zone, as you can see here. Daily, we had a huge push up last week and a huge sell off last week as well. As you can see, daily is bearish now. We did have a shift of structure here on this one push, and now higher high, higher low. Once again, higher high, higher low, shift to structure. And now we are looking to head to the downside. All right. 4 hour is bear. It's actually bullish. 4 hour is bullish. How is it bullish? Higher high, higher low, shift to structure, lower high, lower low, shift to structure, higher high, higher low. So what could we see right now? And is this interesting for us? Well, I personally, lower times, bullish, bullish. Could be creating an inverted head and shoulders here. To then create the right shoulder potentially to then sell off. So we could see something high risk situation here. We have a stop below here, run it to there, but that doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, we're not interested in the buys. We would be interested in the sells though at this structure point up here to create the rejection off this area of interest. Or if it breaks and breaks. Other than that, I'm not super interested in this chair. It looks messy. We'll just put it in our watching. Next one is GJ. This is from last week. It's finally gave us a proper entry area. So weekly, we are bearish. Daily, we are also bullish. We are bullish on the daily, actually. And 4 hour, we are bearish, retesting this area. Actually, we are bullish on the 4 hour and we're above the 4 hour EMA. 1 hour is also bullish. So our lower time frames are bearish. Higher high, daily bearish, 4 hour is bearish as of right now. Weekly is bullish or bearish. Did I say that wrong? Daily bullish, 4 hour bullish, weekly bearish. And then ultimately, looking at the higher time frames, I want the sells. I want the sells all day just because of this structure point at this area of interest. Look how strong this area is. I am interested in the sells. We do have around psychological level rejection. We do have the EMA rejection. There is a head and shoulders here, neckline retest rejection, previous candlestick rejection, 4 hour loads. We do have some sort of whateverness here, but the 4 hour is what is putting me up. If we had a 4 hour bearish or even this 1 hour, if this 1 hour shifted on us, I'd be so in. I'm so ready. I so like this for sells, but we just got to wait for the right time. 15-minute did have a beautiful rejection here. Bearish engulfing. 30-minute. There's that right there as well. But this was Friday. Now, this is actually Sunday right here. Market open. So we could potentially see this price action come actually all the way back up into our weekly area of interest before we see our entry signal to then sell, which is okay though, because if this closes in 50 minutes here, our 4 hour, and this is the area here, and then we proceed to push, create another higher high like this, retesting this area one more time, and then push, which would then bring our 4 hour EMA up into action here. And then we would wait for, like I said, that push below to then that retest to then sell at our area of interest rejection there. So as of now, I'm interested, I'm watching, and I'm waiting, and I'm ready for it. So we are going to put this in our waiting for an entry. So like I said, it's going to push one more time up here. We need to get it below our 1 hour and our 4 hour to then retest to then sell. GBP USD, next one here. All right. As you can see here, our weekly is very, very bullish. So higher high, higher low, shift to structure, lower high, lower low, shift to structure. Last week, we had a huge flying candle there. So also looking at the weekly, we can beautifully see either you can use this as your right shoulder, or you can come up here. Beautiful, like I said, left head, right shoulder, which kind of correlates with this daily area of interest and this previously left shoulder here, and then had that huge push. Now I'm thinking that we will see this weekly candle come down here, right? And then next week we could see a consolidation candle doji right here. See this doji? Next week a doji, and then 3 weeks time we could see that final push up here, and then we would be looking for something like this on the lower time frames to get us a nice, nice trade. We could even, there will be structure points down there that we can adjust, but that's what we're looking for. I do like this setup for the longs when it's ready, just looking at the weekly. But that means we would have to see a retracement. And usually what happens when you get these long pushes like that is you do get a solid retracement back, but it all depends on the market condition. As of now, I am not interested in this trade. Next one, Euro CHF. And guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to stop me and ask away, and we can always jump back and figure it out together. Just this, I can see you. Perfect. All right, so Euro CHF weekly. Weekly's bullish. We have an inverted head and shoulders here. Look at this structure right there. I'm turning this freaking blue. Boom. We can make it big. Look at that. That's structure. That's beautiful structure. You can also see the beautiful structure right here that is creating as it goes. You can also see the beautiful structure right here that it's creating as it goes. So I like this setup. I am actually going to delete this one and keep this blue weekly area of interest here. And I'm actually going to stretch this one out just a little bit more. So, and I'm going to tag it a little bit bigger. Let's double check our sizing, make sure it's still appropriate. Okay, it's cutting her close. So I actually going to keep it that big. Just going to see you had that huge wick up into it. What we can project, precisely see potentially is we're going to have this retest into this zone. As you can see, the inverted head and shoulders here to then buy. So we have boom, boom, boom. Okay. So that's what I see on the weekly. This is already looking very good. Daily, we had the giant push. Now we're having the rejection to retest. Daily area of interest would potentially be in this zone. Let's turn it purple. As you know, our dailies are purple. So we are already coming into this zone. I wouldn't be interested into this unless we came in deeper because we have no stop loss yet. 4 hour is also bullish, which is beautiful. If we did get some structure down in here, I would like to see some structure like this, then break above and retest that structure with no shifts, you know what I mean? And then our stops will look something like this, and we'll take this for a quick 1 to 2, like that. I do like this, how it's coming in together. Like I said, it's just going to take time. We have a lot of structure. This could be, late in the week, but like I said, wait for it to come into here, break, retest, to then buy. That's what I'm looking for. I will set an alarm. You got to realize too, it does have to break the 1 hour as it already has and break below. And scrolling on the 1 hour, we can see a potential scalp 1-2, a quick 1 to 2. As you know, I like to do those like this. And if you wanted to risk it, you can go here, or you can run it a little bit higher and run it through that area of interest. That is a high risk, very high risk trade. As you can see, we are rejecting the daily area of interest here very strongly, very, very strongly. The right shoulder just created. We do have the bearish engulfing right there. Let's see what the 30-minute look like. Like I said, there's the bearish engulfing and the head and shoulders pattern, as you can see very well, rejecting the EMAs and rejecting the EMA here. You also got to consider, though, like I said, the 4 hour is right here, and what could happen is it could come right here and fly, right? Or it could come right here and fly, right? So if you are going to take this high risk, high reward trade, like I said, you can even come in here like so, bring in here, get a quick 1 to 3, which is beautiful. Start off the week running. But there is a lot of risk when you take this position. This is strictly a head and shoulders pattern with EMA support and resistance with the pattern trade. There is not a lot of confluence on this. Entry signal has been given and the retest has happened. We do have a triple top also on the 30-minute. So, but like I said, very high risk area of interest right here. Ultimately, our main entry is something in this zone like this to that. So I will put this in my waiting for an entry. I am going to leave this here for studying purposes to see if this setup was a good setup. So then we can break it down with the students later this week and why or why not we took this trade or did not take this trade. Next one is AUD USD. All right. So what are we seeing here? We got weekly is bearish, huge rejection candle, continuation. We do have a potential left head, right shoulder coming in at this strong weekly area of interest. There's a rejection here, breakthrough. So I guess it's not, there is some rejection way back here in 2008. So it's kind of hard to base it off that data as it was like 20 years ago, almost 17 years ago. We do have some rejections in this area. So this could be a very strong potential area. 1, 2, 3. Depending on the size of this could be very strong. Very strong. This is probably just fine. Yeah, 21 pips coming, rejecting and rejecting. This could be another one of those where how far will she dump? Will she fill these wicks way back here from 2020? I don't know. So weekly bearish, daily got a head and shoulders formation, neckline retest. No shift to structure. Let's get out of this here. We are above a daily area of interest. That's something we did just delete. Right. This is a daily area of interest. I'm turning purple. And we are stuck there. We do have a evening star formation, doji candle formation here. And this is a beautiful setup, but we don't have that break below and that retest and then continuation. So if we see this on the lower time frame, we see the break in the below and the retest. We could see a potential something like this. But as of right now, we just have the evening star. There's no break, so it could easily come in here and just reject again. All right. Let's see what the 1 hour looks like. 1 hour is looking the same. Pretty good. Rejection, high, low, lower, low. Okay, so I am liking how it is looking. 4 hour is bullish though. Let's get way down here. So what do you say? Weekly bearish, daily bearish. potential right shoulder creation. Is there around psych in there? There is an around psychological level in there. Okay. Daily bearish double top. Left head, right shoulder. Here you can see the weekly. This is the on the weekly. Remember that, guys? Weekly here. Boom. This is the right shoulder right there. So if this would be, if this is gonna work, this is the perfect entry right now for to fill that candle for a quick 1 to 3.6. But it's like I said, you can see the inverted head and shoulders. Here's the retest here on the inverted, and then there's the push. So I could easily just continue to dump off. 4 hour is bullish, but our lower time frames are bearish, and there's already structure here, and it's already rejecting this zone aggressively. But it could form an inverted head and shoulders on the 1 hour like this. And like I said, it could easily just push up here one more time and tag this head and shoulders and then dump, or it could just continuation to break above their area of interest and go. So for me to take this to the downside, I would personally, I want to see us break below to screw up this inverted head and shoulders. That's what I want to see. I want to see a candlestick like this and then retest like that, close below, and then sell. I'll move this to my waiting for an entry. Next one is GBP CAD. All right. Weekly is ugly. Daily is probably just as ugly. Let's get rid of some of the structure down here. We didn't take that trade. We wanted it. Not even interested. I don't even have to look. I don't even have to look at this one just because how ugly it is. Blew right through our short zone. Nothing to it. NZD CAD. Okay, weekly. What are we looking at? All right, bearish, lower high, lower low. Structure point, we did break above our area of interest now. Daily. Some of this, delete something that's old from last week. No, never entry came. Delete. Daily is bullish, and I believe 4 hour would also be bullish too. Yeah. Okay. It looks like we already had the rejection right here. I think that was Friday. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Friday's flip. I think, yeah, prime entry would have been here if we were going to take it. Would have been something like this. As of now, I'm not interested in this trade. No structure. This could be a head and shoulders. Bouncing around the 1 hour. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. All right, USD, CHF. All right. Weekly is bullish, actually. Yeah, weekly's bullish. I don't know how many times I've talked about this the last months, 2 months, 3 months, whatever. I think it's selling off. That's what its continuation is doing. It's just sell, 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 bounce back, retest a strong previous structure point, sell, 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 and then bounce back. Like I said, retest, sell, 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 sell. Came back, retested it one more time, sell, 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 sell. Now it's retesting this strong area of interest, and now it's selling, 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 selling. And I bet you this wick here gets filled. We are on the monthly there. Let's go to our weekly. So weekly head and shoulders rejection broke below. Weekly is bearish. Weekly is bullish. Weekly is bullish. It didn't close below. Let's get rid of all this nonsense here. Okay, weekly's bullish. Daily is bearish, way bearish. Broke below structure point. Okay. 4 hour is also bearish. I think it's ugly to enter now. There's no structure point at this area of interest. It's just kind of chaos. There's a double top here and it retested twice before it sold off. It could potentially come back in this zone here. Grab this, retest here, reject one more time to then sell off. But as you can see, it did create an elbow. So now this will be a swift shift of structure if it does make its way back up there. As of now, I'm not interested. AUD CHF. All right. Weekly is bearish. As from last week, we wanted to catch the sells to then sell off into this. We did have the double top or head and shoulders formation neckline retest 1, 2, 3 weeks ago, gave us 2 dojis, and then it's selling off. Daily had a double top rejection here to then sell off. Also a head and shoulders as well to then sell. We did have an alarm set on this pair. We did not get in last week because of solely the 4 hour here. The shift of structure just was not how I wanted it. EMAs were not how we wanted them, and everything was just not the prettiest when we were looking to enter this trade. As of now, there is no entry, but it is continuation. The sell off. We do have a left head potential. We do have a rejection at this zone. So there is some sort of resistance right here. So we could see, as you see, resistance. We could see this price action make its way back up to give us a primal entry sometime this week or next week. As of now, I'm not interested, but I will put this at the top of my pile. AUD NZD. All right. Lots of consolidation and ugliness in this area. We'll delete some of these boxes. Weekly is bearish. Daily double top formation neckline already selling. This is from last week. Actually, no. That's right. We did take this trade. Last week we tried 2 weeks ago we tried the sells. Last week we tried the buys. And it was chaotic. So sells were ultimately the end goal. But we had profit to then loss. 4 hour rejection. Shift structure. Not interested. Sorry, my phone's going crazy. No worries. All right. CAD JPY. Huge sell off. Right there. Get rid of that. Waiting for the retest. As you can see, alarm is still set. That never happened. So this never happened. Actually, it did happen. That we did try to do a high risk buy last week, risking just 1% to get this push up here. And we were in profit for a second to then selling off. As of now, this trade is not valid. Junk to the bottom. Euro USD weekly way up there. Huge candlestick. Not interested in this trade until we have a retest. Daily, nothing. Yeah, there's nothing you want to deal with this. You don't want to deal with that. whatsoever, but we will set an alarm there and then put this underneath our duds there. AUD NZD is not the one we wanted, is it? Or was it Euro? Yeah, no. Okay, AUD CAD. All right, weekly. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Should have structure higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Yeah, higher high, higher low. Building blocks. So weekly is bullish. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bullish. Inverted head and shoulders, potential right shoulder creation. Okay, 4 hour is bearish, but we have a solid rejection off the 4 hour EMA. 1 hour is bullish, okay, and we're consolidating. I like this, guys. I think this is actually a good setup potential. A little high risk, but no risk, no Rari. You know what I mean? So I do like this for buys, and it would be quick. I want to see how this doji closes, because if it gives us a doji candle, this could easily just come right back, give us a better entry to then push us long. But we do have a morning star formation. This does look very satisfying. But the only thing that sucks is if it does go back down, our higher high is here and our higher low is there. So our rejection would then potentially give us a shift to structure, and we would have to wait for everything to shift back bullish to be interested in the buys, because this could easily flip for the sells with just all this downward pressure that we do have currently. But I do like the buys potentially. I do think it's very, very, very good setup. Confluences are a little bit low. I will say that. Not a whole lot of patterns, but that I like how it is setting up. I don't like the 30-minute here. This could be a high risk for us. Patterns. But this could be a nice double bottom where it then rejects, goes. I don't like these wicks. These wicks and wicks are ugly. That is showing resistance. Something is holding it from breaking. So you just got to be very patient. You got to watch this one like a hawk. Next one is USD CAD. All right. Weekly is bearish. Higher high, higher low, shift to structure. Weekly is bearish. Daily is bullish. Rejection, rejection. Okay. 4 hour is bullish as well. Above the 4 hour EMA and above the 1 hour EMA. I I don't like it. I don't know why. I just don't like it. Area resistance could push us down. Sometimes you just know by feeling. I just don't feel good about it. Yeah, I just don't feel good. Not gonna trade something that makes my stomach twist. NZD bearish, weekly, daily. Delete this. Not interested in this pair. There was a quick sell I took last week. And not interested. Euro JPY. Left head, right shoulder, just like any of the other JPYs. This is back in action. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bullish. 4 hour is bullish. Not interested. CAD CHF. Huge sell off. Lower. Ooh, we got another lower high. Finally. How long did that take? I've been sitting. This has been since August of 24. So now we had a lower low and a lower high. Just like that. I will wait for entry at this area of interest here on the weekly. Right there. I'll wait for the retest to then sell. We finally get rid of all these extra stuff that has been going on in this zone. Maybe I can make this box just a little bit bigger. Yeah. All right. Daily 4 hour. Yeah, honestly, oh, that was a nice. Other than that, I'm not interested in this either. I just set an alarm for later. GN flying to the moon. No retest, no pattern, nothing good. To the trash. GA flying to the moon as well. No, nothing. No, thank you. Last week was weird, guys. All the pairs were just flying to the moon. So weekly, Euro NZD, weekly flying to the moon, daily flying to the moon, 4 hour flying to the moon. No, thank you. Euro CAD. Just ugly. Just ugly. That one went to Mars. All right, this is something. All right, Euro GBP. What do we see? We got bullish. No, lower high, higher low, shift to structure, lower high, lower low. Yes, weekly is bullish. Okay. At an all-time low. Daily is going to be bullish as well. Potential retest. 4 hour is bullish. There's just nothing there. It's like there's nothing. It's just it's ugly. It's one of those things like you eat chicken noodle soup and you find a piece of corn in there somehow. You're like, how does there corn in my chicken noodle soup? Makes no sense. That made no sense either, but that's the point. Euro AUD. This that's ugly as I'll get out too. NZD USD. Or when you chip a tooth eating corn on the cob. That's one. That doesn't make sense. Like, how do you do that? It's just corn. Somehow you break a tooth doing it. I've never broken a tooth, so I wouldn't know, but I know people who have. NZ. So we got bearish, weekly, daily is bearish. Head and shoulders, we did break above though, so there is great possibility. Something like that. Right? Okay. 4 hour has got to be bullish. I'll get out. No, 4 hour is bearish. So if we're looking strictly, there's a head and shoulders right there. Potential right shoulder. Bearish, bearish, bearish. Potential head and shoulders right there. Break, retest, create the right shoulder. And then it could sell off and literally create new lows. you know, like I'm just gonna set an alarm right here. Little high risk action, never hurt anybody. Once it breaks below, retest, we'll chase that bottom wick. No, we'll chase the bottom, we'll chase right there. 1 to 2. USD JPY. Weekly bearish, daily bearish, retest. 4 hours. Get rid of some of this crap that was here. Left head or shoulder could retest here. And then sell off again. It's yellow, like that. But it's ugly. All right, so see what gold looks like really quick. Gold's been ugly too. Weekly's bullish. Daily is now bullish from last week, which is ridiculous because we had the buys and we got stopped out, and then we took the buys again, and then we got wicked out by 2 pips, and then proceeded to hit 30, which would have been a crazy trade. It would have been like 400 pips, and we got wicked out by 2 pips because of stop loss placement. It is what it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. So let's see. I think we are building a lot of structure. I think we're building a lot of structure. So I'm gonna draw a big box right there. Get rid of this box here. Get rid of all these little boxes. So what am I thinking? Oh no, true. I think we'll sell off again. I think we're gonna sell off. I think we're gonna sell off hard. Let's see what the lower time frames look like. Yeah, I'm interested in the sells. Something like that, maybe. 30-minute is bullish. No rejecting. Beautiful. 30-minute is bullish though. Actually. Here. 1 hour is bearish. Yeah, I think sells. I think this week will be sells related. We have a lot of structure and a lot of rejection in this area. We broke below. As you can see, this is a strong area, and we broke below, and we already are rejecting it. So I think sells are in order. So we'll see what happens. All right, my pairs of the week are GJ looking for the sells, Euro CHF looking for the sells into the buys. This is a very, very high risk situation here. So, yes, AUD USD, we're waiting for the break and the retest to then sell. GBP CHF, waiting for the retest to then sell. AUD CAD, what were we waiting for AUD CAD? Waiting for the retest to then buy. Yeah, right shoulder to then buy. 4 hour. 4 hour is bearish. So 1 hour is bullish. that we want the buys. We're just waiting patiently, waiting for it to come back into our price action here. So then buy. That wouldn't make sense yet. Price would have to come all the way back down into here before we're interested. All right. That is what I have for this week. Very slow week. Look at news here. We have all red folders. We have CPI this week on Wednesday for USD, CPI, 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 and CAD. We have CAD red folder as well. And then Thursday, we have more PPI. And that is what this week is going to be. It will be a bloodbath, and then it'll be crazy, and then it'll just be another normal week as what we've been dealing with. All right. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away now.